Kande boyoyo, boyoyo, boyoyo. Bobo tairo, 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 bobo tairo, 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 bobo tairo, 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 bobo tairo. Kande boyoyo, boyoyo, boyoyo. My name is Tashka Yawanawa. I'm Yawanawa. The Yawanawa people live in the state of Acre in the Brazilian Amazon rainforest. Yawanawa cosmovision, we all came from the same place, and we all going back to the same place. Like as human beings, we come to this earth to learn, to live, and also to live in harmony with people and the nature. For so long my people used to live in the jungle. The forest for us is a home where we get our food, we get our material to build a house. We don't see forest a place to make money. We see a forest a place where we find peace and harmony. For this reason, we live in the rainforest for immemorial time, and we not destroy them, we not burning, because we just leave it for now, but the earth is waiting for the new generation, and we need to give something for the generation. Everything we do now, they're going to have impact in the future. We enjoy the rainforest today because our ancestors keep it for us. I think this is cosmovision for all indigenous people that live in the Amazon basin. Tata is a special human being. He always giving to us a lot learning. One learning we have when since we were a kid, to respect the little frog, the little birds, and respect the nature. When we singing or we are praying, we are asking the spirit of all human being and of all the nature, and we to keep this alive in our daily life is practicing what the real life is, because we not live separate. We not separate the elders, we not separate the women, we not separate the kids. Everybody is learning from each other. The elder represent for us the wisdom. The kids represent the future, and the woman represent love, kindness, and where all we came from, for the Mother Earth and for the woman. That makes us the equilibrium, how we can interact with each other, not just be alone, because nobody lives alone. We all depend on each other, and if we are together, we are more strong. When we separate that, we create that kind of division society, where we have a society more in power, other no power, but we want everybody to participate actively. The Yawanawa people, they broke the taboo to have the first woman shaman. That's, history never happened. And Tata opened these doors because two young ladies come to Tata and ask they was ready to do a diet. And Tata was laughing and asked them, you really have a courage? They say, we are ready, we are here. And Tata asked my dad. And my dad say, it's not about me, it's not about woman, it's about spirit. A lot of people in the community was against that. They was complaining about it because that was not for women, but they proved it. They was isolated in the jungle for the whole year and they do diet and they become very respectable for the community and they change the whole life. We are breaking the taboo to survive it as indigenous peoples also because we need interact with this world today. One side we have people that going to be a diet for 6 months or 1 year, and another side, all the young people going to university, they go to Cuba, study medicine, or they're going to study law and college, and we have this balance. Like today, I can interact with these two worlds. I can be a leader of the Yawanawa people, speak the Yawanawa, leading my people, and also when I get out of the community, I can speak the whole international community straight from our vision. We don't have intermediate. I think the indigenous people today, they need to live in these two worlds. One world, the traditional world, that keep us as indigenous people. And other side, we need learn the Western education to interact, to defend ourselves. And also, for another side, we need grounded in our tradition, in our cosmovision, because when indigenous people lost that, they lost the way where they come from. When indigenous people link it there, it's very clear, like a highway. You know where you come from, where you're going. Today, in this new 21st century, is a big challenge, not just for Yawanawa, but the entire world, and us, especially for indigenous peoples, how we can be indigenous and how we can keep the tradition, the lingua, the culture, the cosmovision, and also interact with the world. I think when a people decided what they want to do, what the way they follow, they didn't be respected. Because I think we have a lot of people talk for indigenous people, like anthropology people, and a lot of people, they go to the community, they spend a month, and they write a book about indigenous knowledge. They don't know anything, and they become expert in indigenous knowledge. When somebody become an expert in indigenous people, they never give it back what they get it from. I think we are tired of this kind of the relation. We want today an equal relation where we are respect and give respect, because indigenous knowledge is, they come from, we say, from immemorial time, like a song. A Yawanawa or indigenous song, they are alive. The indigenous tradition, they renew every morning. I'm singing today the same way that my people, they were singing a long time ago. Looks like today, because they connect us. I remember very well when my dad was singing, what this strong melody. They was remember our ancestors, and now they bring back at that. That's indigenous knowledge. They're alive. People think indigenous people just in the book. We are not in the book. We are today. We make part of the history, and we are alive. We survive our ethnocide, our genocide. We are alive. Keep this. And also, we used to say that indigenous people have a lot of knowledge to share, but they not share because they not give back a respect. They not have back opportunity to share. When the world open that, we have so much to teach. We have a lot of kind of medicine. We cure a lot of kind of disease in the world. We have because this kind of knowledge comes from immemorial times. Like if you go to Peru and Cusco, you saw Machu Picchu. That's construction. The most technology today never going to do the same thing they did 1,000 of years ago. If you see in Mexico, you go to Maya's place, they have a place, they have a pyramid, they can study the star, they study the moon, and they know exactly when it's going to happen tsunami. And today, the most high technology, the Japanese, they don't know when the tsunami come from. That's mean we are beyond of the technology of today. That's some kind of example that we have how indigenous people have so much to contribute for the holy world. We have so many kind of songs. We have children's songs. When we sing for the child, it's very soft, and they talk about birds, they talk about little lizards, they talk about little frogs, and how the little world is open for the little kids. When we talk for adults, we have this kind of link with ancestors. We have this kind of link with the nature. For this reason, when you're singing, you're asking for the power, and the power really come and be present. When the shaman is praying for healing, his body is right there, but his spirit goes to many places. And he pray inside a poetry, ceramic, and he prayed the whole night. He put him up and prayed. And after he spent the whole night, he not repeat any word. He can sing it for the whole night, the whole year. He not going to repeat any word because he sing what he see in his vision. And when he's finished, that yucca root become a powerful medicine to heal, to cure the person. The material world and spiritual world is inside the songs. When you pray that, it looks like a code. When you sing that, the spirit will understand why you sing. The language is very important for indigenous people because inside the language have much kind of interpretation that inside, and the language make us to talk more soft to each other. Like when I'm in the community, when I talk with my people, we are so kind with each other, we're so lovely. When you use Portuguese, it's so rush, then there's very cold. Like when sometimes I speak English, it's much colder than the Portuguese. When I speak Yawanawa, it's more soft and more friendly. People understand very well. For indigenous people, that's make a life, that's a bridge. They link the spiritual world and this world that we live in. I think nobody can define who you are. Nobody can say if you are indigenous or if you are not indigenous, or if you are more indigenous than another person or another tribe. Who really defines who you are is ourself. Because when you have your identity grounded into you, you're not going to allow the government to say you are indigenous or you are not indigenous. You participate this or you're not going to participate in that. Because I have a lot of politics try manipulate indigenous peoples to say this you can participate, you're not can participate because you are not indigenous anymore because you live in the city or you move from the community. That's mean nothing, because many indigenous people that live in the community and many people just live in the city, they come from the same place and they goes back in the same place. Sometimes some brothers are confused about that. They think they are more indigenous people because they are dressed as indigenous person. Because another person is not dressed, they are not indigenous people. But what is value is what are in our heart. I participate in all copy for the United Nations, all CDB meeting, and unfortunately in these sectors we have that kind of division. We have a lot of working group where you, as indigenous people, you can participate, you cannot participate in, and that's a kind of politics that's also happen in grassroots communities. Is very sad. What I used to say to the people is that let's not allow the colonies manipulate us. Let's be free our mind, let's be free ourselves, see each other like a brother and sister, see each other like a human being. It's very sad when you see in high level or in low level this kind of conflict. But what's mean to us is that it's much better we united than we divided. Today we are facing the challenge. The big challenge is how indigenous people going to define it. We have this United Nations declaration that indigenous people, who are indigenous people, and the Declaration of United Nations say, who define it is who you are. I cannot say because you are different, you are indigenous people. And it's very powerful when you see a brother or sister, wherever they live, in the city or the urban or they are in community, they say, I'm indigenous people, I'm proud of that, and I keep that knowledge and that identity. I think in this new century, we are facing where we are calling to stand back. We see like example of capitalism, the Wall Street, they're all in collapsing because they don't have a soul, they don't have a spirit. They just think about and think about the numbers. They just want to increase it. They don't think about people, they don't think about environment, they don't think about nothing. And they collapse by themselves. The nature of that thing calling back. I think indigenous people today, we are facing a time where we needed stand back, to see ourselves, to forget so many material things. Like, otherwise we're going to become a Western mind that just think about the numbers. They want a new car, they want new apartment, they want... when this happened, you lost your soul. When you have a people, they see each other where we come from. Of course, we are very different. We are a lot of nations around the world. But we come from this one place. We not come from another galaxy. We not come from another planet. We are here. And I think it's a time the nature is calling back. And you need attend this call. Otherwise, you're going to just disappear by yourself. You have a proposal here, to be here, to live here. As I said in the beginning, what are we doing here going to reflect on the future. And as indigenous people, the world is facing today, like the way where indigenous people live it is the right way to live it. Today we are facing the climate change. We have the global war. How this happened? This is indigenous fault? No. No, because we are just keeping as a way we receive. And what we live in today, the climate change, global war, is changing the way where we're going. If we not change it, we're going to pay very badly way. People today have responsibility. Nobody wants to get responsibility. Start from the big companies. When we buy something, we're going to ask where they come from, what that product is benefit people, how this product benefits the environment, how this product is benefit the planet. Otherwise, we're just going to be crazy. Like today, I was in COP21 in Paris last year. I saw in China, they're selling air in the bottle. Oh my God, that's a horrible thing I saw, like was nightmare. People they were selling pure air from Canada. And China is the example, is the manual what you cannot do with our planet. I think we need to learn from that. Think about selling the air, yeah. And when we live in today, when we talk about how we're going to survive it and how we're going to keep what we still have it. We still have a forest. That's the whole world needed that. And I think I used to say a responsibility for each one of us that live in this planet. And not just for indigenous people. And for everybody. If each one of us take a step, we're going to change the world. The only problem, people is in comfort zone. They don't want to get out the comfort zone. Everybody going to talk about revolution, but nobody wants to get standard. And also, we live all in the global community. Wherever I do in my community will affect you here. If I burn my forest, the rain going to lie here. If you pollute here, they're going to affect me with flood. And wherever we do, we affect each other because we are living in the same planet, the same global village. For this reason, it's all responsibility of each of us. People that live in the jungle, people live in the city, people live in the island, wherever. Let's do our part. And this way we're going to have a better planet for us. Our history, they connect us with the earth and us with the spiritual world. I think the Western society, they create a collapsing. They create like hydrogen bomb, atomic bomb. They expect to explode our planet, or they store seeds in Norway. They store seed because they think if something happen in the planet, you're going to have some seed of that. And they create a situation, everybody is scared, what's going to happen tomorrow or after tomorrow, because they create war. They're not thinking about the future. They're very far. When our history, they talk about where we came from, where are we going, and who going is to hold this planet as a home. We are just visitors here. We not belong to here. I think the history of native people in general is very clear. That's not, they say we're going to destroy our planet, or we are preparing for that's happen, because we are sure that soon or later we're going back to the same place we came from. That history is very present in us. Like you wake in the morning, you say, thanks Creator, I'm alive here, I have a lot of work to do before I go. And you're happy with that. Think about you wake in the morning and say, oh my God, it's not hope. The human being not live without dream, without hope. The hope stand up us and make us not scared about anything, physically and spiritually. Because when you keep that, anything happen, but you are right there. Our history of the human being is not different. Everything from the hidden. Where the hidden is a big garden. Everybody goes back there. And we are still there. I hate this idea of about the European bring the education. They said they don't have education in America. They bring from Europe. They're totally wrong. We have really we are educated by our ancestors, that we have this link, this word here in another word. And that's another word nobody can touch. And I think it's all scared around the world what's going to happen. We are not worried about that, because we are sure that the men of God destroyed our world, because we live here, and we're going to keep going for this fifth generation. We all keep this alive. That's something you cannot touch, but you can feel. Hey, 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 hey.